pasarán, no pasarán. El pueblo está contigo. No pasarán, no pasarán, no pasarán. El pueblo está contigo. No pasarán, no pasarán. No pasarán, el pueblo está contigo. No pasarán, no pasarán, no pasarán, el pueblo está contigo.
The experience is so awful. You know, you're in this situation. If you're female, you're in a room with all men, and they're bigger than you and they're tougher than you, and you're scared to death. And you know, they pretty much hate you because they see you as a big threat to their country, a big threat to their person. This is 1972 in Bolivia. Bolivia is under the dictatorship of a military Hugo Banzer. In that situation, scared, frightened, doesn't quite get it. You're frozen. You are considered a communist because you are part of a political wing of an organization that also has a military wing, and that is going to bring down the present government because it is so corrupt, and the military are essentially so corrupt and so brutal. You saw no other way. You were a Marino sister for 17 years. You see no other way. You've left Marino. You've joined this organization. You are going to do what you can. You know it's an overwhelming job. You know you're probably not going to live through it. But there you are. You're naked. You're terrorized. And they just beat you with fists, with the back of the hand, and your head goes against the wall, and you get this great big bruise on your face.
I do. Quaker House does a lot of different peace and justice things. They have a campaign against torture. They do some things with young people. They have some different programs, but the program I work for is I help staff the GI Rights Hotline. The GI Rights Hotline is a nationwide toll-free service. We have a telephone number, toll-free phone number that people in the military and their family and friends can call for information about different kinds of issues they're having with the military. And about 80% of the people calling us are people who feel like the military isn't really the right fit for them, and they want to get out of the military, and they're looking for a way that they can get out of the military. And we'll get together with them and try to help them figure out something that might work. It might be a way to help them get out. Maybe 20% of the people or so are people that just have grievances with the military. They aren't necessarily trying to get out, but they have issues and problems. And the military doesn't give people a lot of help or information working against the military or challenging the military. So we give people information about things like that as well. We also get some calls from veterans that are looking for help. I think there's a lot of different groups that will help service members and veterans and things like that. We might be a little different in that I think we identify the root cause of the problem differently than other groups do, and that we don't really see that there's a healthy way to, I guess, trying to get people to train for and fight wars is going to mess things up for a lot of people, and we don't really see a healthy way to do that. So we're trying to help the people who I think are victims of this military culture, and at the same time, we want to question whether, by continuing to fight wars, we just keep this pipeline of wounded people flowing. And so, in one sense, we want to keep helping all the people who have been hurt and are wounded by this, and we also want to cut off the pipeline of new people coming in.
All right. Thank you so much.
My name's Russell. I'm a campus minister at John Carroll University. And John Carroll University has a relationship with IRTF. That's Interreligious Task Force on Central America. That's a multi-religious, like human rights focused organization out of Cleveland. It's been in Cleveland from the beginning. Because of connections with Ursuline Sisters, Cleveland has a long connection with people who've suffered violence at the hands of SOA graduates, like Dorothy Kazel. That's one of ours, you know, a Clevelander. And so IRTF has been on the scene for Central American solidarity issues in a number of ways since the 80s, including a constant presence, or I guess I should say an annual presence, at the SOA Protest. So what we have here are just a bunch of free stuff, opportunities to get more in touch with IRTF, and also a chance to write out prayer cards that kind of get individualized, like your individual expression in prayer that will get hung on the fence at the funeral procession.
All right, hi, how are you?
Good. Really good.
What's your name?
Jason Ron, and I live in Maine.
Yeah.
And I'm here tabling at the SOA Watch with the National War Tax Resistance Coordinating Committee. And we're a group of people who are opposed to federal income, paying federal income tax, because such a huge percentage of it is used for military spending, and that relates to the SOA Watch because the School of the Americas is something that's funded by U.S. tax dollars, and we're opposed to that because we don't want to be funding programs that teach people from different Latin American countries to oppress their is that thing working? Oh, to oppress their own people. We want to be funding, you know, grassroots efforts to increase democracy and increase prosperity and things like that.
Yeah, it's nice.
This is a really great form of direct action because anybody can do it. There are some risks involved in not paying your taxes, but we often think that the benefits of not paying outweigh the risks.
Gonna close the school of Georgia. Close the school of Georgia. Close the school of Georgia. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna close the SOA. Close the SOA. Close the SOA. Never turning back.